For today's word of the day, we are going to learn about the word inference, and we're going to change up our procedure a little bit. So we're going to watch the video, and then I'm going to show you how to get all the information on your graphic organizer. There's nothing on my graphic organizer. Is it a bamboozle, or do I have a new plan? All right, so today's word is inference. Inference is a noun, and the definition is the act or process of deciding or concluding by reasoning from evidence. So to break that down, what it means is you find evidence, you analyze it, and then when you come to a conclusion, some kind of understanding, some kind of explanation of it, you have made an inference. An inference is also something that is decided or concluded from evidence, a conclusion. So essentially, when I'm asking you to write, to find evidence and analyze it, I'm asking you to make an inference, to look at evidence and to draw a conclusion from that. This is why in the teach process, it is so important for you to have evidence, because if you're just making claims without evidence, you haven't really shown me that you have inferred, okay? And I just use that as a verb. There is a verb form, infer, to infer. But our word is the noun form, inference. I'm going to give you a couple examples. All right, so if we look at the cover of the graphic novel of the Odyssey, we can make some inferences about what the story might be about. For example, I see an ocean, I see a giant, perhaps godlike figure, and then I see a small man on a raft. So based on this cover, I can infer that the story will involve ocean, some kind of ocean travel. If I have a familiarity with Greek mythology, I could assume that this god in the ocean would be Poseidon, based on the way he's looking down at this small man in the raft. I could assume he's not going to help him or make things easy. This man in the raft, I can tell, is going to be overcoming many obstacles. He's going to have a difficult time, and that maybe he's going to be the subject of the story, either him or this god. So that's me looking at evidence, looking at this picture, and drawing conclusions about it. Now, the other thing, this says today in class, but probably later this week, so ignore the today part. But we are going to do something this week called text snaps. Text snaps is where I'm going to ask you to either take a picture of your graphic novel, take a picture of a page in your graphic novel, or take a screenshot of the virtual text. You're literally going to be snapping your evidence, and then you're going to compare your evidence, your picture of the graphic novel, or your picture of the virtual text, with your inference. So you will be pairing the text with what you infer from that text. The image of the text will be your evidence, and your explanation will be your inference. And I'll show you an example in a minute. Now, how do you get the information on your graphic organizer for inference? Here we go. So we are going to go to Classroom. When you go to Classroom, under Classwork, you will see Word of the Day Graphic Organizer. Yours, you have to click View or Open Assignment, and it's going to be under your work. Okay, so yours is a little different than mine. But I want you to open your graphic organizer. And then to find the word inference, you can scroll till you get to the eyes, or you can hit Control F. And then you can type in inference. You don't have to type the whole thing. It'll take you there. All right, so then we have gotten to the spot for inference. Now we can do the right-click trick to get the information we need. Okay, so let's go ahead and right-click inference. Let's go to define. Oh, a conclusion reached on the basis of evidence and reasoning. That's close enough to what I said in the video. Let's go ahead and paste that in the definition spot. Now, synonyms and antonyms. All right, synonyms are right here. You don't always need an antonym. Let's just grab some synonyms. Let's grab some synonyms. Let's grab some synonyms. You can grab all of them. You can grab the ones you like. Put some over here. What do these other columns say we're going to do? What's the curriculum connection, STEAM connection, example sentence, and images? Okay, so I already have an example sentence for you. You can just grab that from mine, or you can just type it. Like, you can make inferences about what a book is going to be on based on the cover. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but do. That has a cover. All right, curricular connections. We will make inferences based on what we read today. That's something you could say. You could also say inferences are important to make while reading. You could put something in here. For example, I know that a lot of times in really any class, you make an inference, you watch a process, you look at examples, you infer things. So making inferences is an important part of any process. Let's just put that. Making inferences is an important part of any process. And I'm gonna say that's right. I'm gonna say that's right. Okay, so there we go. Now we have our information on inferences. One more thing, let me see if I can find this. Oh, my computer's not organized. Okay, I know it's on Classroom. Let's go back to Classroom. So the assignment that I told you a little bit about last week, but we didn't actually do it, called text snaps. I explain it in this presentation, which at some point I will assign you. So all the information is in here. It will be assigned to you. But let me just show you an example of what I'm talking about, what a text snap is going to look like. So you will take a screenshot of the virtual novel or a picture of the graphic novel, and then add an explanation, add your inference. So you have the text, and then you have your snap judgment, your inference. So I took this picture, and then I explained what I could infer from it. Another example is I took a picture of a page in the graphic novel, and then I put my inference right here. So when we do the text snap assignment, you're going to be taking a screenshot or a picture of the graphic novel and pairing it with what you can infer. And we will use this to help us develop evidence for our essay, which is coming. Stay tuned. I'm so excited. We're going to finish the Odyssey. This is awesome.